Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode number 72 of the Project 2020 show. And on this Friday, two just fantastic cards that's going to elicit emotion from you, whether you like them or you don't like them. We have JK5 with a Frank Thomas, ton of color and a mask. And we have Oldmanalan with an absolutely stunning Jackie Robinson. Which one will be my favorite? Let's talk about that and more in 1 second. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the home of Project 2020 here on YouTube. My name is Chris, otherwise known as @CRT_Sportscards on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want the best website for all of your Project 2020 news and stats, go to my website, CRTSportscards.com. But hey, it's Friday, another fantastic week in Project 2020. We are now concluding week number 20, which means next week, we will now be at card 200 and the 50% mark in this ultimate set. We still have many months to go, but it feels good to get to that peak in a sense, and then now we're on the downward slide to 400, but not downward in an enthusiasm perspective, just downward from a number perspective. But when you think about the show's transition and you think about the fact that I will probably for some time now not be covering these cards the moment they're released, I couldn't believe the pairing we got on this Friday. And when I first put up the JK5 Frank Thomas, I said, this card is going to be very difficult to beat. It's got so many great things about it. It has the color I love JK5's transformation right now in the set from black and white to the color. I understand people out there who like just the black and white, but seeing his evolution is fantastic, just like we've seen with Gregory Sif and a couple other artists. They keep evolving as the set goes on. I think it's a great card, and it has a mask. And you know my affection with masks with the Dwight Gooden from F. Let's take a closer look at this card overall and really digest what's on this card, because there's a lot of information. And so here are just a couple things to take a look at. Obviously the mask over #1 draft pick. Then we have Wu-Tang for White Sox in a sense. On Frank Thomas, it says on his shoulder and then down his chest, a new kind of season. On his right thigh, you have COVID-19. So this card, along with the Dwight Gooden, very memorable in the future around when this card came out. It is a moment piece. It is great to see. And then on the second player, which is on this card, you have the fans and you have the love of the game on his left thigh. I would also recommend you check out the JK5 video about this card. It is so much more in depth, and they're just a treasure to watch and enjoy multiple times because you get to hear the emotion and what he's done with this card overall. But then Topps had to go release one of my 2 player collection cards on this Friday, and I should have seen it. I didn't check his Twitter last night. I would have known this ahead of time, but Oldmanalan releases his Jackie Robinson, and the photo he picked is just amazing. When you look at it, you can see the emotion from Jackie. You can see his thought process. It's just a fantastic card overall. And I know there are a lot of fans out there of Project 2020 who don't understand why Oldmanalan is in the set from an artist perspective, but remember, photography is his heart, and I'll defend his inclusion till the set ends. I think it's a great, different take on this. It feels kind of like a short print and like a flagship series, but when you look at the photos he picks, I think they're some of the best photos of the players. Now, I do understand the Jackie Robinson by Oldmanalan and then JK5's color transformation is going to elicit a lot of opinion from people. So I'm really curious in the comments below, what is your favorite card of the day? And when you think of JK5, do you prefer it color or do you prefer it black and white? So this is JK5's 10th card in Project 2020, another artist at that 10 mark. We saw him most recently with Derek Jeter, and then before that, the Bob Gibson. You can see his color transformation starting with the Trout, and then all the way now with the Frank Thomas. When you think of print runs, his Mariano is the best right now, 35,330, and probably will not be topped from here on out. His second highest card is Mike Trout, 20,961, and his lowest printed card is that Ted Williams, 1,385. And then peeking at Frank Thomas quickly, this is also his 10th card in the set. We saw him most recently with the hot dog from Gregory Sif, and then before that, the Tyson Beck. When you think of print runs, his Fucci is the #1 card right now, 22,911, and then his Don C is second, 11,969. Those probably would be the top 2 from here on out in the set. And then his lowest printed card is Rochester, 1,480. So when you look at JK5 and Frank Thomas, what are my favorites on Frank Thomas? it is going to be the Gregory Siff card, his last release. I like that card too much compared to the other ones that are out at the moment. But we still have 10 cards to go, so a lot can change in the back half of this set. And then on JK5, it is his first card, but I didn't really like JK5 until I got that first card in the mail a few weeks ago and started really looking at his artwork and understanding how much detail is in that card. So if you are mixed on JK5 or you're not sure, go pick up one of the inexpensive ones. It's high printed. Buy it, see if you like it, take a look at it, and I think that's when you'll appreciate his cards more because there's so much detail in it, and it's one of the most detailed cards or detailed set so far in this set. And on this Friday, when it comes to highlighting a collector out there, this is an amazing collection in the right day at the right time. And thank you, Joshua, for sending this over. This is a complete Jackie collection, a complete JK5 collection. I really want that Willie Mays still. And at the bottom, we've got Roberto Clemente with Oldmanalan, Grotesque, and Natural. So this is just a great collection overall. So thank you for sending this over. And if you want to have your collection showcased on this show, reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or email me, chris@crtsportscards.com. Hopefully you're liking the video, and if you're subscribed, thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed and you're new to Project 2020, hit that subscribe button so you are notified when I post a video, and this way you can stay as informed as possible with Project 2020. So what happened yesterday in Project 2020 when it comes to print runs? Yesterday we had the print run announced for Mike Trout and for Gregory Siff with his Willie Mays. The Mike Trout by Grotesque fell exactly where I thought it would, 11,400, just underneath the Natural Mike Trout. So that card held to where it should. No surprises there. We're seeing Trout's print runs come down altogether. That's now his second lowest printed card in the set overall. But I think we're going to continue to see that trend be very low for Trout. But that's low for him, where it's high for other players. But then on the Willie Mays by Gregory Siff, I like that card the most. I thought that was a great card overall, but there was some knee-jerk reaction to that card the moment Nolan Ryan's Natural got posted. When you look at the eBay penetration, that card came in at 1.22%. Very, very low, which tells us one thing. People bought that card up on Topps.com, and if you really were able to get a look at the books, I guarantee you it was in the last 24 hours of that card being up for sale. When you looked at his pre-orders, just 47 pre-orders going into release, and for example, the Nolan Ryan had 58. So once everyone saw Ryan post 2.9, they bought that card up, and now that print run now is maybe 800 more than it should, 700 more. So maybe there's a little bit of value lost there on the back end. So as we go through these cards these next few weeks and through August, when you start to see a low print run card come out, maybe a surprise low print run, look at that next day. I guarantee you it's going to spike up because people are going to try to find that edge. And even if it's razor thin, like the difference between a card at 3,200 versus 3,400, they're going to exploit it, and they're actually going to hurt themselves in the long run. If we just stuck to buying cards we like, and if you're a person buying 10 of a card all the time, stick to buying 10 no matter what comes out from previously. We have to be careful here as we go through 200. We can't react, we have to be proactive. And so when you're being proactive is you're keeping with your plan of what you're gonna buy. The moment you get reactive is the moment you're gonna get burned, and we cannot get burned on the back half of this set. We have to plan properly. We know what the first 200 cards have told us, and now let's use that data to make the right proactive decisions going forward with this set. But let's shift gears a little bit, talk about some happier things, and let's be reactive to the card that came out today, and let's talk about this Oldmanalan Jackie Robinson. Just a fantastic card. I really hope you like it, and I hope you pick up a copy on Topps.com. But let's take a look at Oldmanalan, because this is the first artist with 11 cards, and it's a design challenge on the next screen. So here we are. Here is 10, about to be 11th card on the screen here. It makes the last 5 really small, so apologies about this. When you look at his print runs though, 41,407 is his Ted Williams. His second highest printed card is Griffey, 10,478. And then his lowest printed card is that Mariano this time, 1,127. But when you look at 11 cards of his right now, they look so great together because they're all the same, but yet they're also different. And then taking a look at Jackie Robinson, this is his 10th card. When you think of print runs, his Joshua Vides is Supreme, 20,219. His second highest printed card is F. 14067, and his lowest printed card is that Natural 1302. So when you think about my favorites, everybody knows my favorite of the Jackie Robinson group. It is going to be the Natural. No surprise, no shocker there. But on the Oldmanalan collection, I'm going to reserve judgment here. In the moment, I still like the Ted Williams the best of Oldmanalan, but I'm really liking this Jackie Robinson. So maybe in 30 days or 45 days, when I get this card in, I will actually like it even more, and maybe I'll remember to buy this card and not skip it like I did with the Natural last week or this week. But right now, it is still Ted Williams, but I think there's a potential that it could be this Jackie Robinson in the near future. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more of my thoughts about Week 20, check out that playlist on the screen right now.